Retirement planning takes on added urgency the closer you get to leaving your job. Imagine your future by looking at these major factors: housing, activities, lifestyle, life expectancy, and unexpected events. Hi, I'm Will Hoffman, founder and president of Hoffman Wealth Management. The first step in any retirement income plan is to envision your retirement and make some decisions about how you will live. This in turn will inform your budget and your retirement income plan. If the numbers don't support the life you have in mind, now is the time to find out. If you're unsure of where your current positioning is, we have our HWM Wealth Navigator available to help you best prepare for your future. Adjustments can always be made, whether it means working a little longer now in order to avoid working later, or scaling back your lifestyle in order to retire a little sooner. But what you want to avoid, and why you're going through this exercise in the first place, is the need to make major adjustments 10 or 20 years from now. The more accurately you can answer these questions, the more likely you are to create a retirement income plan that will sustain you throughout your life. Where will you live? The answer to this question affects not only housing costs, but other living costs as well. Whether you choose to move or stay put, consider some of the following: the proximity to your children and grandchildren. If you live far away from the kids, you'll need to build travel costs into your budget or have extra space in your home for when the family comes to visit. Affordability. Many people opt for more affordable living costs when they retire. Key factors in assessing a location's living costs are the price of housing, the cost of food, utilities and transportation, and taxes. Things like state income tax, property tax, and sales tax should be considered. Something else to consider is employment and business opportunities. If you plan to work during retirement, consider the job market for the type of work you want to do, or the business climate if you plan on starting a new business. This factor is often contrary to affordability. The towns with the lowest cost of living generally have the most limited employment and business opportunities. If you're looking for work that pays well or an active market for your product or service, you may have to choose a less affordable city. Your travel plans. If travel is expected to play a big part in your retirement plan, you may opt for an inexpensive condo near the airport. Obviously one with no pets or plants, at least until the wanderlust subsides. And if and when it does, you can reconsider the housing question again. Some other general preferences to consider are the classic criteria for choosing a retirement location. Things like climate, cultural and recreational opportunities, access to medical care, and other lifestyle issues. Something else to consider, other than where you're going to live, is what will you do? How you plan to spend your time in retirement will largely determine how much income you'll need. One way to look at this is if your anticipated activities will add to the expense side or the income side of your retirement budget. Some expense-generating activities are part of the classic life of leisure that can be expected during retirement, and these can be expensive. Unless you plan to spend your days reading, walking, and visiting with friends, you may be facing higher than anticipated costs for travel, hobbies, and entertainment. Even classic low-cost activities like gardening have associated expenses with them. This isn't to say that you shouldn't enjoy yourself during retirement. It's just that these expenses will have to be factored into the budget. And then there are income-generating activities as well. If you like to work, why not make this a part of your primary activity during retirement? It'll save money on hobbies and entertainment and generate income to boot. Even volunteer work pays off because it keeps you from engaging in expensive activities. If one of your goals is to start a business during retirement, hopefully it will count as an income-generating activity, but you may need to prepare for several years of startup expenses before the business becomes profitable. Something else to consider is how well you plan to live. Living well is in the mind of the beholder. As you contemplate retirement, consider how well you will live your life. Of course, there's the simple life. Some retirees look forward to scaling back in retirement in order to reduce expenses and have what they would dream as a very rich life. Grow your own vegetables, prepare meals at home, ride your bike, take long walks, and read good books. You can do a lot with a little. Whether it arises from lifestyle choice or financial need, the simple life holds the appeal for many. And then, of course, there's the high life. On the other hand, some retirees who have been chained to an office for several decades may see retirement as their chance to live it up. Backed by a healthy retirement account and the income to support their chosen lifestyle, they may eat out more, take more vacations, explore expensive hobbies, and generally live their dream. If you can afford the high life, more power to you. Something else to think about is how long do you expect to live? This is the million-dollar question that, if it were answerable, would make retirement planning so much easier. Unfortunately, people are often misled by tables that show median life expectancy, which is the age at which half of the population is already passing away. The other half is alive and kicking and requiring ongoing income to stay that way. It has virtually no bearing on how any individual's true life expectancy will play out. The safe route is to plan for retirement income to last to age 95 or 100. And then the last thing, of course, is what surprises does life hold in store? What expected events might you anticipate as you move through life? Your health, your genes, your health history, and your lifestyle may provide some clues as to how your health will hold up as you grow older. But this is always a wild card in retirement planning. Fortunately, Medicare and supplemental insurance can take care of the major costs. Ironically, the healthier you are, the more likely you are to need long-term care later in life, as the frailties that come with natural aging prevent you from performing activities of daily living, such as bathing and dressing. It's often the oldest of the old who need the custodial care at the end of life. And remember, Medicare does not pay for this. You never know when a family member may need your help as well. Your parents are still living, one or both may need personal or financial support as they age. And your children aren't immune to life's surprises either. The job loss, divorce, or health shock could send them to you for help just when you think your life is on even keel. On the bright side, another grandchild or 3 could demand resources from you in a good way, depending on how generous you want to be. The other thing to think about is the economy. Some say the financial crisis of 2008 was predictable. Others say they never saw it coming. The lessons that came out of this is that anything can happen, including events beyond our wildest imagination. Adaptability is the key to managing life and money in the 21st century. Pay attention and be ready to respond. One final thing to consider are disasters. Does it seem there have been more and greater disasters in recent years? Floods, earthquakes, tsunamis? What's next? Make sure your insurance is paid up and your disaster kit is ready, and let's hope for the best. Planning your retirement comprehensively now can help you create a sustainable and enjoyable future. Utilize our HWM Wealth Navigator to best prepare for the years ahead and ensure that your retirement is everything that you envision it to be.